Hey, Mr. Estrada here, and in this video, our learning target says I can solve problems that involve mid-segments of triangles. So this video will be part one of our special triangle segments series, where we're going to look at special triangle segments. And the focus for this video will be mid-segments. So let's get to it. Let me show you what a mid-segment looks like. DE here is a mid-segment, and that's because it joins two midpoints of a triangle. So we're given here that D is a midpoint of AB, E is a midpoint of AC. So DE is a mid-segment because it joins the two midpoints of the triangle. So DE is a mid-segment. Now, the second part of our definition says the mid-segment is half the length of its corresponding parallel side. So DE, as you can see here, will be parallel to BC. And these are corresponding sides because the triangle here on the top is similar to the big triangle. So we could say DE is equal to half of BC. Another way to say that is to say that it takes two DEs to make one BC. So these are just two ways of saying the same thing. Let's look at our first example. It says, assume that DE and F are midpoints of AB, BC, and AC respectively. AB is equal to 10, so I'm going to go ahead and label that 10. So that whole side AB is 10. BC is equal to 9. So this side is 9. And it says AC is 20. So this whole side is 20. What are the lengths of the mid-segments? So let's begin with segment DF. So DF is parallel to the side BC. So DF is parallel to BC. So therefore DF will be half of BC, which will be 4.5. So DF is 4.5, half of 9. DF is 4.5, half of 9. Let's go to EF. So EF is parallel to segment BA. So EF is parallel to BA. Let me use a blue color for that since BA is in blue. So EF is parallel to BA. So therefore EF will be half of BA, which means it will be 5. So EF is 5. Now DE. DE is parallel to AC. So DE will be half of AC, which means that DE will be 10. Now those are the lengths of the mid-segments, which is, so you have a total of 3 mid-segments in a triangle. And you know, for all triangles, you'll always have a total of 3 mid-segments. All right? Let's go a little deeper into this example. You're going to notice that the perimeter of the big triangle is equal to 39. And the perimeter of the little triangle, DEF, is half of 39. So what that tells you right there is that the triangle DEF and the triangle ABC have a 1-to-2 ratio relationship. So you can look at the big triangle, triangle ABC, and then you can say that it's a dilation of 2 of the little triangle. Just some food for thought, so you can think about that a bit. Just chew on that, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Example 2 says, in triangle EFG, HJ and K are midpoints. Find HJ, JK, and FG. So let's begin with HJ if we can. So HJ is parallel to EG. So HJ is half of EG. So HJ is equal to 50. Then it says find JK. Well, JK is parallel to FE. So JK will be half of FE, which will be 30. And then finally, we are being asked to find FG, the big segment. So now it says HK is 40. So that this time we're going to do the opposite. They gave us the mid segment. We were given the mid segment here. It's 40. We're being asked to find the corresponding big segment of that. So that's going to be 80. Right? And that's because FG is equal to 80. And if that's 80, that has to be 40. You can think about it like this also, right? FG is twice HK. So FG will be equal to 2 times 40, which is 80. Right? It takes 2 HKs to make 1 FG. Example 3, which is also number 20 from the August 2013 Geometry Regents. In the diagram of triangle UVW below, A is the midpoint of UV, B is the midpoint of UW, C is the midpoint of VW, and AB and AC are drawn. So they said all that so that you would just basically deduce that AB is a midsegment. If VW is 7x minus 3 and AB is 3x plus 1, what is the length of VC? So let's begin with this. Let's begin with what we know, okay? It takes 2 ABs to make 1 VW. We know that. It takes 2 ABs to make 1 VW. Think about that for a second. Now, why is that? Well, since AB is half of VW, you need 2 of those, 2 ABs to make 1 VW. So that's how I got that. Now I'm going to substitute into this. AB is equal to 3x plus 1, and VW is equal to 7x minus 3. So I'm going to substitute that into my equation up here, and I get that. So now I'm going to use the distributive property here, and then bring everything else down. I get 6x plus 2. I'm going to go ahead and solve for x. So I'm going to say minus 6x on both sides. This will cancel out. And I'm going to add 3 to both sides. This will cancel out. And that's just going to give me 5 equals x. I just did it all there in one step. Now, if that's the case, if x equals 5, then that means VW, which is 7x minus 3, is going to be equal to 32. So now I know that VW is 32. But they're not asking for VW, are they? They're asking for VC. So I know that VC is half of BW because C is the midpoint. Remember that C is the midpoint of BW. You were told that right over here. C is the midpoint of BW. So I know that VC has to be half of 32. So if VC is half of 32, so I'm going to write VC is equal to half of 32, means VC is equal to 16. So the answer is 16, which is choice 3. All right, well, that'll be all for this video. I hope this helps. Take care.